Hi, my name is Zoe Swain, and I am here today to talk about how we are constantly wanting someone else to fulfill us, to love us, to step into a role that we think we can't fill for ourselves. I'm just gonna wait till there's a couple more people on the live. So if you're joining, please just put your hand up and say hi. Even if you don't have time to sit through the whole thing, it'll be really quite short today. So I just want to make my videos a little bit shorter and a little bit more to the point. So I've written some notes. So if you're joining, say hi, click a little like or whatever button. And today I'm just reading off some notes on my computer as well. So today, and I've noticed this in myself lately, and that's something, hello Debbie, that's something that I have really noticed in myself lately, that I am tending to want someone to fulfill some of my needs. And I kind of realized that in the want to live, the really independent life that I want to live, that if I am going to have a beautiful conscious relationship with another, I need to heal or deal with a couple of things in my own makeup. So I wanted to kind of share that with you guys today. Because it's along the lines of everything that I teach. It's along the lines of the workshop that I have coming up. It's along the lines of what I talk about in my book. And so I want to kind of share that. So if you're joining, send a like, send a love, say hi, whatever. I feel that in my experience, so what's been coming up for me a little bit lately has been that I feel that we need to fulfill the energy ourselves that we are wanting in our life. So what is it that you're needing from those around you? So if you just can check in with yourself right now, what is it that I am constantly wanting more of that I'm not getting from myself? So that could be support. Do you feel like sometimes your inner story is like, geez, it'd be nice if I had some more support in my life or in my relationship. Geez, I wish I felt more love. I noticed that sometimes as a mum, that there's sometimes times when I feel like, oh God, I'm giving out so much love, but I feel like sometimes I'm just being like, Mom, I need this, I need this, I need this, and I'm not receiving that love. So is that a story that plays in your mind as well? Maybe even as a dad, especially as a dad, attention and love. Thanks, Debbie, for sharing. That's beautiful. And I'm going to come to that in a second. Attention and love. Do you need more time for yourself? Are you just telling yourself, I don't have time, I've got no time, I need somebody to take this off my plate so I have time? What about better communication? I constantly hear that from women around their love life, that I feel like I can't share things that I want to share with my man. I feel like he doesn't really listen. I feel like I want better communication. And from men, I hear I would like more presence from my woman. I would like her to hear what I have to say instead of cutting me off. What about more dates? Who would like to be taken on more dates? Who would like more, more going out, more social? Who would like some of that? I love that. I want more of that. And what about more freedom? What about more freedom in the way that you express yourself in life? Maybe more freedom in your sexuality. Maybe more freedom in the kind of friends that you keep. Freedom in any, even down to something as simple as being able to go to a yoga class. Just on my mind because I just went and taught a yoga class just now, and do what you want. Do what you want in that yoga class. Don't be constrained to the to the idea that we have to do everything the teacher says. Like, if the music gets cranked up, dance, like move your body, hang out in child's pose, sit in meditation while everyone else is moving their bodies. Like, do you want more freedom? Do you want more financial support? Do you want more money in your life, more freedom in the way that you can have more finance so that you can go and live and do more and have more holidays and, do less work? Like, is that something that you want? And so if you're constantly saying, I wish I had more of this from you, or I wish my partner did more of this for me, or I wish somebody would take care of this for me, I wish I had more love, support, boundaries. For me, boundaries is a big one. And I'll explain that a little bit some more in a second. So I believe that these stories keep us in a state of imbalance, and they keep us from finding a partner who's really expansive and really awesome. And even if you already have a partner, I believe that these stories stop you from having that expansive connection with that partner. So I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to say that in order to receive all of these things, you have to be all of these things. So let me explain a little bit further. You need to be, if you want support, check in with yourself. Are you supporting yourself? Like, are you giving yourself everything you need to be expansive in your business, in your love life? Are you supporting yourself? Are you on the sidelines being your own cheerleader, saying, fucking good work, Zoe, keep going, come on, you've got this? And as far as the masculine and the feminine energy goes, the man, the woman, for me, I find that I can shift really easily between the man and the woman energy. I can be really penetrative, I can be really direct, I can be really forceful, I can go and make shit happen in life, in work, in everything. And then I can drop really into my feminine and be receiving and loving and nurturing and, just, flowy, and that's cool. But what I do find is that I can be those things, but sometimes I don't know if I can make sense of this. Sometimes I don't give those things to myself. So you can be those things, but are you giving them to yourself? So I found what I was sharing with someone was like, I just wish you were here so I would have, more boundaries. Like, for instance, I find with a man in my life, with a masculine in my life, that I can kind of surrender to him, and he can give me boundaries, and he can give me more stability, and so that I can just kind of flow and just kind of go with things. And I love that. So I realized that I wasn't giving that to myself. I realized I'm not giving myself boundaries. I'm not telling myself, no, Zoe, this is what's happening. And that's what I love about receiving the masculine. That's what I love about having a man in my life, is that he gives me stability, and so I need to give that more to myself. And also with the feminine, like, I can be the feminine, I can nurture and I can love and I can receive, but I noticed that I'm sometimes not nurturing myself. So I'm not giving the feminine to myself. I'm being the feminine, but I'm not giving her to myself. So things like running myself a bath, things like, rubbing my own neck, or, brushing my hair really gently, or, letting myself have a cry and saying, that's okay, like, you're beautiful and I love you. And so some of you, this will be kind of like really whacked out maybe, but some of you it will make sense to, and that's great. So I want to keep rolling. I want to be kind of focused on this and not take too long for this video. So what I would say is, be your own masculine, like, offer your own stability to yourself. So that would mean, be that person who motivates you. You don't need motivation from someone else to get you to the gym in the morning, to make you focus on work. Write a fucking plan and be that for yourself, as though you're reaching out, like, the sort of like taking the going into yourself and saying, okay, well, I've got a conversation going on here between two people. One person is going to be that masculine, that strong penetrative energy, and the other one's going to be the soft and flow, and rest and, receive. So having that conversation between whichever one you're feeling that you are, and between that person and the other person, of like, what do I want from somebody else right now? What do I need from somebody else right now? Okay, have a conversation with that in your head and go, okay, what is it that I need? Okay, that's what I've got to do. It's almost as though you're two people. That's a kind of a cool tool. And even journaling that, like writing in two people, like writing in the form of two people, like, I won't delve into that too much. So if you're, all of us, if you're feeling like you're missing out on sex, even like a lot of times, if we're not in a relationship, hey Angela, if we're not in a relationship, we're like, oh fuck, I'm getting no sex. And, why are you getting no sex? Why are we not giving that to ourselves? I know it's a beautiful union to have a man and a woman, and a woman and a woman, and a man joined together, and create that connection through sex. But why is it that we say, whether in a relationship or not, I'm not getting any sex right now? Dude, help yourself out. Take time. It's not just like quick, I just want to get my rocks off. Connect to your own body. Ladies, dance for yourself. Touch yourself the way you want to be touched. Create that for yourself, and then you will actually, create your relationship will change so that your lover will step up. Or if you don't have a lover, connection to yourself, connection to giving yourself pleasure, you know more what you want, you attract a lover who can give you more what you want. If you don't know your own body, if you're not giving to yourself, pleasuring yourself, like knowing how you like to be touched, do you like it firm, do you like it soft? If you don't know that about yourself, how are you going to attract somebody who can give that to you? It's not the way the universe works. The universe works with like, okay, what is it that you want? Externalize that, and then we will give to you. So if Zoe sits here and goes, oh geez, I wish I had, a lover who was rougher, or more expansive and not afraid to kind of step into maybe even BDSM. I wish I had that, but I never externalize it and I never say it to my lover. Then how can he know what to do with that? Like, if they don't know, they don't know. So you've got to externalize that. You've got to tell your lover, you've got to write it down, you've got to manifest it. Okay. If you have any questions or even just say hi, that's fine. For me, I'm always looking for someone to give me clearer boundaries. I said that. And I crave the masculine, I want to say dominance. I'm constantly putting out into the world and making shit happen. I crave that in my life. I realize that I need to fulfill that for myself. I realize that I need to set my boundaries and go, no, this is what's happening, and give myself clearer communication and motivate myself, and be the man that I don't have right now in this space in my life. Like, be that man for myself. Be your own partner. Hey, Sarah. Oh, thanks, darling. So what else? Yeah, so sometimes I want to be told no. Like, it's nice to have, like, for me, I want to be told no. Sometimes I like to be, manhandled. Sometimes I like to be guided. Sometimes I like to have somebody else call all the shots so I don't have to, because I'm a single mom and I run 3 different businesses and I'm fucking constantly calling the shots. So I really like somebody else to step into that. And sometimes it is a woman, sometimes it is a man, and I love somebody else doing that. So I realized that I need to do that for myself. I need to receive, like, have that inner conversation with myself and receive that guidance that, okay, no, this is what's going on, Zoe. This is what's going to happen. So I can, I don't know if this is somebody's angry. There's an angry face up on the screen. I have no idea what that's about, but yeah, so I hope I'm making sense. It's kind of like having an inner dialogue with yourself and saying, okay, self, what is it that I need right now? If you need more dates, take yourself out on more dates. If you need to be loved more, give yourself more love. You know, if you need to be pleasured more, give yourself more pleasure. Connection to self brings about a much stronger connection to other people in your life. So anyway, I want to wrap this up, and I want to just say that if you kind of get into what I do, if you kind of like what I do, I have a workshop coming up with Aaron Kleinerman in Newcastle here, the 9th and 10th of December. Saturday is for women, Saturday night is women and men, and Sunday is for men. And that workshop will be really about self-connection, which leads to connection with somebody else, getting clear on what it is that you want in your life, in your sex, in your love, and knowing how to connect deeper to that. So tapping into your femininity, tapping into your masculinity. And guys, you know, you need to embrace that it's okay to drop into your femininity as well. As balanced, if we want to be balanced human beings, we need to be able to shift between the softness and the steadfast. Same for women. We need to be able to shift between the both. Because if you're constantly feminine, or if you're constantly like really flowy, not a lot of shit gets done. If you're constantly that steadfast, no, I can't soften, I'm a man, or I'm in my masculine, I've got to get shit done, then you're going to burn out, and you're going to be shut down because you can't soften and receive people's love and people's gifts and people wanting to please you. So that workshop is going to be about that. And I strongly urge you that it doesn't matter where you live, come for the weekend. Bring your partner, don't bring your partner, bring a friend. Saturday is going to be, all women. Sunday is going to be all men. So really connecting into our strength and power as a woman. And then Sunday is just, it's mind blowing to see these, when we get women and women together, and when we get men together, the growth and shift and that drive, it's really quite altering. And I've done a lot of this, been to a lot of these kind of workshops myself. And so, I know the change that's created in my own life. So if you can make something happen to come along to that, definitely come along to that. Touch base with me, because if you're wondering why the right person isn't coming into your life, come to the workshop and we'll make it happen together. I notice that the deeper I delve into this kind of work for myself, the more in alignment my partner becomes. So, at some stage you might attract this kind of person, and you're like, I'm always attracting this kind of person. Why am I attracting that kind of person? Like, I don't want that kind of person. Well, that's because of something in yourself that you're not dealing with, whether it's shame, whether it's, shut down. And so through this kind of work, I feel that you can just open up parts of yourself that you didn't even know were shut down, and then the lover becomes more in alignment with you. Whether you're already in a relationship, then your man or woman becomes more in alignment with what you're bringing to the world. And maybe you're not in a relationship, so the person that you're seeking arrives. Like, we only attract what we're ready for, right? And what we're ready to what we're ready to accept and what we're ready to not accept. Sarah would love to attend. I'm not going to be doing another one of these workshops until possibly mid next year. So this is a really at the beginning of the year, I was doing some workshops down here in Newcastle, and I felt to stop and just run one at the end of the year, because I felt, I have so much other stuff going on. So this is going to be my main offering as far as workshops and working in a group. with myself and with Aaron. And if you haven't worked with Aaron, you really are going to enjoy this workshop. So yeah, he teaches men's work all over the world. So I really strongly suggest, guys, come along to that. Women, come along to that. It's beautiful to work with a man and get a man's perspective on things at this kind of space. So what else do I want to say? Go to my website if you'd like to connect with me, zoeswain.com. And I have everything on there. And also I talk a lot about connection and love and connection to self, connection to partner. I talk a lot about that in my book. And so if you'd like to get on board or get yourself a copy of the book, then that would be wonderful. I would love that. It's available right now for pre-sale on hard copy and paperback, which are going to be signed copies. Hard copy is going to be incorporating a really special gift. So if you'd like that, you can go to my website and just purchase through the website the book on pre-sale. And also I'm going to put in a link in the comments, or if you search on Facebook for, I think it's Unfuck Yourself book launch event, then you can add yourself to that group. And that's going to be the group where my book is launching from on the 3rd of December. So yeah, if you want to add yourself to that group, I think it's UNF star CK Unfuck Yourself book launch group. Add yourself to that, add your friends to that. I'd love, as many people as possible. That would be amazing. What else? Come to the workshop, connect with me on my website, whether you're a man or a woman. Buy my book if you're interested in that kind, if you're interested in what I offer. And look, I have lots of different social platforms. I have YouTube. I think it's Zoe Swain TV. There's lots of, I'm pretty much everywhere now that I'm getting more involved in social media. It's driving me a bit batty, but apparently it's important when you're stepping up in this kind of book situation. So look, that's about all I have to say. If you are wanting more of something in your life, if you're wanting more of something from your lover, from your partner, from your children, be more of that for yourself. Offer yourself the support that you need, and then you'll see that everyone else in your life will step their game up as well, which is really beautiful. That's it for now. Have an amazing day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.